Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. Saturday, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I don't even know what days it is right now to be straight funky with you and everything, but I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Saturday. You guys know what day it is. I have no earthly clue, apparently, but hopefully you guys are all having a positive one. And today's show, I mean, obviously we have a celebration later on today, but I had to come on and talk about this particular story because this is just absolutely crazy to me. Wow. This is some crazy stuff, y'all. Sir, thank you so much. Or thank you so much for the congratulations. We will be celebrating later on today. I will be pushing the time a little bit later. Later today rather than in the next few hours. I got a few things I got to run around and do some errands and stuff, but I had this story that I wanted to do with you guys right quick before I head out the door for the second time in just a few hours. But as you see the title down below, this is some real stuff, y'all. They are coming after Joe Rogan. They are really coming after this dude. And I don't blame them. By the way, hopefully you guys enjoy the artwork behind me on the walls. Let me just say this really quick. I still have another one here of Otis Redding as well. I got a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine that's very, very talented artist. And I have a lot of wall space. So I'm thinking of, I'm experimenting right now. I got a lot of wall space. I got some friends that are very talented at art and creating beautiful pieces. Like you got little Michael Jackson here. You got James Brown over here. They're very, very beautiful. I just kind of hung them up really quick, so I haven't gotten a chance to really level them out or anything. So they might seem a little off right now, but they are actually available for sale. You can literally buy the art right off of my wall. Okay. The link is down below. His name is Gabe Bonfili. Very, very talented individual. So if you do like these and you want to buy that actual James Brown painting off my wall, contact him. The link is down below. I said buy the art off my wall. Literally, if you like the Michael Jackson one or the Otis Redding one I just showed you guys just a second ago, all are available. And I don't get any of the proceeds. This is just me going, hey, I love your work. Can I just throw these up on my wall? And maybe some other people out here all over the world might be able to see this and see his work. He's a very, very talented artist. And I'm telling you, he's got more. He's got more than just this. So please go check out his link, his Instagram. Dude is extremely talented and loves making portraits like this. And he does also personalized portraits for people as well. So please go check it out. Okay. And literally, if you like it, you can literally buy this right off my wall. No lie. Hit the link down below. Check out his work. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Anyway. After that, shameless plug. I'm sure I'm going to be saying that a lot. You guys are going to all know about that, hear that a bunch about Bonfili and his amazing work. I'm thinking about maybe every month showcasing a new artist, right, and their work on these walls because I don't have art myself, but I got a lot of artistic friends and a lot of talented friends. So, anyway. We got to get things moving. We got to get into the stories and all that. But I appreciate all y'all for being on and tuning in. I know it's Saturday. Everybody's still getting the sleep out their eyes and all that stuff. But do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. We are past 51,000 subscribers, y'all. I still can't believe it. Real talk, I still cannot believe it. My mind is blown with that. How quickly We just blasted through 50,000. It's been amazing. So we will be celebrating later on today, doing a 50,000 subscriber celebration. But yeah, we blasted right through that ish. It's incredible. But hit that subscribe button. Doesn't mean to stop. Hit that subscribe button. Continue hitting that subscribe button. And we got to get into the story. Like I said, you see the comment, you see the title down below. India.Arie is pulling her music from Spotify in protest to Joe Rogan. And the reason why she has a problem with Joe Rogan is because Joe Rogan, new videos are there's a new compilation video that's kind of resurfaced and has been circulating out in the ether. Okay, it's circulating out here. Okay, on the Twitter tweets and on the Twitter streets. Okay, and it's a full compilation video of Joe Rogan actually saying the N-word, and it's on multiple shows that span over years. Okay, he's been on this show doing his podcast since he's been doing it in his mama's basement, basically, all the way to where he is now. And it shows a compilation of him just saying the N-word all willy-nilly. And here's the thing. He ain't saying, quote unquote, N-word, like what I'm saying right now, N-word. He is saying the word with a hard R. He's saying it with the aura, okay? Full-on compilation that's going on, circulating right now. Then on top of that, there's another story where he does a Planets of the Apes story that seems to be circulating around. And then, of course, to add to put underneath the cherry and the sprinkles on top, the Sunday of everything else, which is all the misinformation he's been putting on his channel, on his show. And he's been doubling down as of recently. Since, he did his whole, hey guys, I'm out here out in my front yard. I want to say a big apology to the people who follow me. And I want to say apologies to Spotify. I want to say apologies to everybody out there who feel some type of way about the misinformation I'm putting out here about medical misinformation, all that. He says all that. He says, oh, lo siento. You know what I mean? Please forgive me. And then this thing comes out. And now India.Arie is going, well, hey, if Neil Young and all these other artists are pulling their music out of protest, I could do the same darn thing. So, woo, it is some crazy stuff, y'all. Like I said, they will not let up on Joe Rogan's neck. They are on him. They put their boot on his neck, and they are starting to squeeze even harder. Now, we got a bunch of things to unfold. There is there's some articles I have. There's also India.Arie's video, her explaining why she said that she's chucking up the deuces on Spotify. We got another article showing that Spotify is trying to cover their tracks they did a crazy purge, deleting 70 episodes of Joe Rogan's podcast to cover up this BS. Okay. Then we also have, Then we also have Joe Rogan trying to apologize, and it's bad. It's not good. It's not good. So we got a lot to go through. We got a lot to talk about. We got to jump into this. So let's get into our first article. Now, as we see right here, excuse me, Grammy-winning singer, excuse me, India.Arie, who pulled her music from Spotify over Joe Rogan's, you see right there, anti-stuff row, goes on attack and makes delete Spotify post, hashtag delete Spotify post, followed by by a series of resurfaced videos of Joe Rogan using the N-word. And like I said, he just uses the full-on word. It's not a soft A. It's a hard R, okay? Every single time he uses this word, okay? Not good. Not good. Okay, NDRE has shared resurfaced clips of Spotify's premier podcaster Joe Rogan repeatedly using the N word after pulling her discography from the popular streaming platform. The Grammy-winning R&B songstress posted the problematic clips Friday afternoon while explaining why she decided to part ways with the world's most popular streaming service and calling her followers to delete Spotify using the hashtag. Hey, y'all. The 46 hey y'all, that's weird. Hey y'all, the 46 the singer says in the first series of stories posted on her Instagram account, I'm going to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. Check this out. She adds, before relaying a barrage of more than 20 clips of longtime UFC commentator using the slur on his podcast, which then were posted on YouTube before Rogan signed with Spotify in 2020 over the years on several separate occasions to her nearly 1 million followers. You know, the N-word thing, the former Fear Factor host can be heard saying in one of the snippets of the slur-filled supercut. Boy, he's a N-word. I can't play the clip. I can't play the actual clip, y'all. Okay? I can't. It's a lot of N-words. Excuse me. And of course, you know, I gotta somewhat keep this show somewhat clean. You know, welcome to the Pascal Show. But of course, you know, it's a full-on compilation. Okay, he utters this word 24 times in 23 separate clips, which were recorded before the host left his longtime platform on YouTube for a $100 million exclusive deal. I was right with the $100 million. $100 million exclusive deal with Spotify in 2020. He shouldn't be uttering the word, Ari asserts after airing the contentious compilation. Don't even say it. Under any context, don't say it. That's where I stand. I have always stood there. So I want to show you guys the video, her saying what she needed to say. I don't blame her for feeling what I of course, once we get to this part, I have to I'm going to have to skip over this part just to give you guys a fair heads up, because I can't play the compilation of him saying what he's saying. Okay? So, and if you don't know who India Ari is, then I don't know. You've been sleeping under a rock. She's had many great songs. I Am Not My Hair. Let's see. There's a Christmas song that I do that we play every single year. My Christmas is my favorite time of year. With Tori Kelly. I mean, she's a Grammy Award winning, very, very talented woman. Beautiful, talented Black woman. And now, now India Ari is sitting here saying, deuces to Spotify for letting him have these kinds of conversations and words on their platform. So let's check out this video.
Hey y'all, I want to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out.
So now I got to skip through this because it's a long clip. Okay. Hold on. Even here it says Joe Rogan racist clip resurfaces. Notice Joey Diaz doesn't laugh and moves out of frame. I mean, that's serious. And Joey Diaz, you know, he's pretty hardcore. He don't give two damns about. He's the most, outspoken comedian out here. And I can't play that clip, unfortunately, because he's just using the N-word and all that. But even outside of that, you got Joey Diaz of all people sitting here going, bruh, I don't know if I want to be on this in this clip here because of what Joe Rogan's saying. And this is just a tip of the iceberg. Like I said, there are other videos where he is dropping the N-word with the hard R like it's nothing. He's calling people the N-word. He's using the N-word like it's not. Like I said, it's bad. It's bad.
I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off. That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me because that's what I'm used to from the industry. But I'm glad that I am being heard. And for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
And I can't play that part either because it's a full-on compilation of him saying the N-word. Like I said, you can look this up. It's not hard to find this. But I can't even put the link down below because it is considered hate speech. So I can't put this on here. I can't even put the link down in the description box down below. It continues, yo. That's crazy. Like I said, he's been doing this show for a long time. And the fact that I could see the using it in context. Like I'm sure a lot of this is taken out of context for a lot of things too. But when you have 24 clips of you saying the N-word over a course of I don't know how many years he's been doing this podcast, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, he shouldn't be saying it. I agree. But let's continue.
So we know how social media can be. Things can be doctored. People are taken out of context. It's happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear in no uncertain terms. Where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it.
Okay, so we've heard this. We've heard her piece. And I don't blame her for feeling some type of way about this. I really don't. Especially when you have a compilation of you saying the word over and over and over again, and it's not stopping. I don't blame someone for feeling some type of way and going, hey, you know what? This is. Has anybody gone up to Joe Rogan and said, hey, man, hey, bruh, can you stop? Just do me a favor. Just stop. Just don't use the word, right? So this has been out. They've been talking about this. I mean, I don't blame India Ari for feeling some type of way about this. Rightfully so. This is it's not good. In my personal opinion. I get it. It's his show. He can say whatever the hell he wants. There's the whole freedom of speech thing you got to throw into consideration and all that too. But now with everything that's going on as far as the misinformation that he's putting out, the fact that he's doubling down on those things, he goes on these he's doing these anti-V rants now. He's basically saying, oh, come at me, try harder, so on and so forth. Of course, hey, then for a fact people are going to start pulling this out and going, hey, you want us to try harder? We got this for you. How about this compilation video? He out here saying these words. He even had a story, apparently a Planet of the Apes story. That was what? So let's go back to this article. I want to go back to this article really, really quick but just don't say the word. That's what I think. You can still say N-word. Even I don't even use the word. I say the N-word if I have to talk about it. Man, this person said the N-word. I don't say the word. Bruh. So anyway, this is apparently a post from her Instagram. She said, I've decided to pull my music and podcast from Spotify. Neil Young opened a door that I must walk through. Like I said before, did I call it? I called it. I said, this is the beginning. This could be the beginning of something bigger. That if Neil Young steps up and says, enough is enough, I don't like his misinformation content and the fact that he's saying these things on this podcast, there's going to be other people that are going to step through and sit there and say, yeah, I don't like this either. But India Arie is saying something different. She don't like the fact that he's coming out with all this stuff about the Rona. You see what I'm saying? But she's also sitting here going, he also has said these words that he shouldn't be saying. Because he's only making that word stronger within certain communities, making it okay to say this word. But I digress. She says, Neil Young opened a door that I must walk through. Blam. Called it. Snowball effect starting. Like I said, if she comes out and does this, I guarantee you there's going to be other artists like India Arie that are going to step forward and say, we out too. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you, we've only just begun. It's just the beginning, y'all. Just the beginning. I believe in freedom of speech. However, I find Joe Rogan problematic for reasons other than his vid interviews. For me, it's also his language around race. And there's so many other pieces that he has had. How do I do this? Of course, that's the video of the compilations. What I'm talking about is respect. Who gets it and who doesn't. Paying musicians a fraction of a penny and him $100 million. This shows the type of company they are and the company that they keep. I'm tired. Delete Spotify. Hashtag delete Spotify. What if we all leave? Hashtag. Or hashtag what if we all leave? Wow. Wow. She is basically saying, like, it doesn't make sense that a lot of the music that's being streamed, this is what she claims, a lot of the music that's being streamed on Spotify are by Black creators, by Black artists. Majority of the streams that they're getting on Spotify are from Black creators. And yet Joe Rogan is getting 100 million bags, and they're getting a fraction of a penny for every single stream that they get. It's interesting. Of course, this is her comment. Of course, this is the Spotify dude. All right. Joe Rogan and all of that goodness. Okay. So continuing on. And this is just, it's not good. Long story short, excuse me. Long story short, this is not looking good. This could possibly look really bad for Joe Rogan and Spotify as well. But, and Brenda King, yes, Black artists make Spotify. I agree. She ain't wrong with that, with her claims. There's a lot of music on Spotify. There's a lot of Black music on Spotify. People are playing and streaming that music on Spotify, yet we have Joe Rogan out here securing an entire bag and being able to say whatever the hell he wants on that platform. We're going to continue. We got more. Okay. Let me get this other article up. I really do find it incredibly interesting how much Spotify is doing everything they can to secure and save Joe Rogan. And I want to show you this. Oh, real quick. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Laura Estrada. Rogan is demonstrating his ignorance as to what white privilege is. I think that's is because he is a white privilege. Because he is what white privilege is. Sorry. There's a reality check for Spotify. I absolutely 110% agree. But what's interesting is that because he has such a huge bag and because he has 11 million followers or 11 million listeners and all that stuff, right? They are doing everything they can to save this dude's ass. And let me show you what I mean. And then we're going to go into his apology because apparently he issued an apology. And then I will ask you, is that enough? Are you not entertained? You know what I mean? Is that enough? But look at this. Spotify purges 70 episodes, 70 Joe Rogan episodes as the defiant host returns to the airwaves. Says lockdowns don't work and tells CNN to do better for trying to get him canceled. This man thinks he's untouchable. He thinks he's untouchable, y'all. King Kong ain't got ish on me. He going straight Denzel Training Day. He's like, y'all try something. He's like, I got time. But now you got India Arie, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, and a slew of other possible artists that are willing to step away, and pull their music from the streaming platform because not only because of the Rona misinformation that he's putting out here, but also because of these ridiculous videos of him dropping the N-word and a story about the Planet of the Apes story. This is insane. I know everybody has their love for Rogan. I know it. You know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. People just love them some Rogie. Okay? They love them some Joey Rogie. And it's all good. Yo, cool. Like, if you love him, you love him. I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't listen to him or not. That is up to you. That is your business. Okay? But this is not a good thing, especially when you have somebody that people look up to. And you have a certain responsibility. You get on a microphone. You talk to millions of people. You really do have to be on your P's and Q's on what you say and what what kind of rhetoric, narrative that you're putting out to the masses, especially if you're somebody who is going, hey, I love all people. I'm not a racist. I'm not a bad person, so on and so forth. Okay, fine. We believe that, or I believe that he's not a racist person. But using that word is a bad move. Even if you're trying to say it in a joke. You don't need to say the word. Find another word, bruh. Or don't use the joke. That's what I think. But I digress. Let's continue on to this. We got this article, so let's get into it. Okay? Man, Joe Rogan is back on Spotify after new episodes were halted for a week, but the streaming giant has also removed 70 older episodes without explanation because they're trying to cover their damn tracks, man. They're trying to cover their damn tracks because they still have to secure that $100 million that they signed Joe Rogan with. And I don't know how many years that is over. I don't know how many years that spans over this deal with Spotify. $100 million over the span of 10 years, over the span of 1 year, over the span of 6 months. God knows how long this is, right? That this contract is. I'm sure it's out there, right? I'm sure there's some information out there, but I don't personally know it off the top of the dome, right? And I'm sure they're trying to do everything they can to keep him, to save him, because they also need to save the bag. That's $100 million that will go straight down the drain if he gets canceled by the general public. And I don't know if they've given him, I doubt they've given him all 100 mil, but I'm sure they've given him a hefty amount. Many of the podcasts that were yanked involved far-right commentators or outright conspiracy theorists, and included Alex Jones and the sort. Joe Rogan's show, The Joe Rogan Experience, is the most listened to podcast on Spotify and is central to the company's plan to expand beyond music and take on rivals, which such as Amazon, Apple, for a share of the podcasting market. So you see what I'm saying here? He's very important to them, not only for their bag, but also the future of their future bags, right? If he just goes and gets canceled because he just got all Brody over there and lost his mind, got all rowdy over there. How many other people are going to want to go over there and do their podcast over there if the podcasting platform or if Spotify just caves in? So they're going to do everything they can to save this possible sinking ship. That's what I think. This is possibly a sinking ship. Maybe. But as you can see, they're doing everything they can to save this man or to save the show, because they see a future and they don't want this future to be tarnished by all this stuff. Okay? He was back at it in full force on Friday and mentioned the controversy he had sparked before interviewing Andy Stumpf, a retired Navy SEAL and record-setting wingsuit pilot. I put out a video a couple days ago. Other than that, not much I can do, Rogan said, referring to his Instagram post that we saw a couple days ago. He posted on Sunday, in which he insisted he was not trying to promote misinformation. When you're hearing it from people who are losing the information attention game, like CNN, when they're calling for other networks or shows to be censored or limited, it's like, just do better. He went on to state that lockdowns don't stop the spread of the Rona, before declaring Montreal's 10 p.m. curfew to be wild. He says, what happens after 10? They're shutting down restaurants and bars in parts of Canada where they are already barely staying open. They were already barely alive, he explained. It's pretty clear up until this point that all these lockdowns don't work. They don't stop the spread. And he's saying these things on his podcast. Whether you agree with that or not, I don't agree with it. I think that, it does slow things down. I really do think that. That's what I think. But we're not talking about that. That's a whole other Charles Dickens story. Okay? But as you can see, this man is still doing his thing. He's still using his he's still using his platform. He's still talking his thing. You got Spotify, who has taken down 70 of his episodes that include some of it being racist words, to misinformation, to the people who he has had on, like far right commentators, anything that they think would be triggering to the general public. And some of y'all might go the woke mob, right? But they're trying to cover their tracks. Spotify is, so that he doesn't get smashed. But now you got somebody like Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, India.Arie, and others that are pulling their music from the platform in protest for the things that he's been saying. For the things that he has been saying and the things that he is continuing to say. Well, we got to get into this because we got more. We got more, baby. We have got more. Let me pull this up because he did apologize. I don't know if I don't know if that I don't know. I don't know if he I don't know. I don't know if this constitutes apology, but yeah. He had some things to say. So I figured we could play that as well so we could take a look at this and make our own decision on if this is viable or not. It's about 5 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch a good point, okay? Let's check this out. This is his apology.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing.
Okay. I'm not trying to single anybody out at all. But if I had a penny for every single time I heard this kind of explanation from a white friend or a white person that happens to say it, I'd be a freaking millionaire. I hate to do that. You know, I love all my people. I love all y'all. But sometimes, and it may not even be white. It can be another person of color that is not black that will sit there and say this word. And then suddenly they go and they say, well, I didn't realize that it wasn't okay for me to, so it's not okay for me to say the word. I thought it was okay to say the word just because I'm using it in the conversation. It's like, no, it's for a lot of us, it's like nails on a chalkboard coming from a white person's mouth. The last thing you want to do is use the N-word. Say the N-word then. Say what I'm saying. The N-word. N-word. That's all you need to do. But for some odd reason, man, do I have stories for y'all? Woo, got stories. And it'll be like, oh yeah, N-word. And the entire room will stop and turn to that guy or that person and go, did you just say? Well, I thought it was okay because I was just talking about the thing and I was just repeating the story of what it was. It's like, no, you just need to say just say N-word, bruh. Yeah, Ryan James, it's the I'm not racist. I have 2 black friends. It's like, name them. Oh, Tito, Michael. It's like you name it the Jackson 5, man. Quit lying. Where they at? Call them right now. Call them right now on speaker. And if they pick up and they say, who this? You lying. You're lying. And if they pick up and you just calling your weed dude, your plug, you're lying. But like I said, this is what's so frustrating to me. He comes out the gate with, I thought it was okay, though. But I thought it was okay, though, because I was just using it in a sense, and it should be okay, right? Okay. You have 12 years of shows. Okay. 12 years of podcast. Get it? 12 years of podcast. And why does he look like Emperor Snoke in this video? I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry. The dark side of the force. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But this is not a viable apology. We've right out the gate, this is not a viable reason to do what he been doing. This is wrong. Okay. You have 12 years of podcast, right? And I get that. You have 12 years of podcast. You say a lot of things in 12 years. I get it. I'm sure there are videos that I've said some crazy ish, in the past 2 years of doing this show right here in this purple room. Okay. I mean, before it wasn't purple, but you see what I'm saying. Okay. Debbie would remember. Shout out to Debbie, one of my day ones. But at the same time, you got somebody out here. Uncle Fester's a good one too, Debbie. I'm done. I don't want to roast him too bad because I'm already going in on him right now. But you got 12 years on a podcast, chopping it up, doing your thing, talking about all kinds of stuff. Of course, you say things that maybe you don't mean to say at that time, or if they're taken out of context, hell yeah, you're going to sound bad. Real talk, I believe that. But the N-word, you take that anywhere. It's not even out of context. It's in context. If you're calling a boy an N-word, or if you're sitting there and saying, oh, I got this Planet of the Apes story, so on and so forth. No, you just don't use the word. Say N-word. You know for a fact that it is a word that has been used against Black people for a long time to keep us down. Why would you continue to use that word? And why on God's earth, why would you literally think that it's okay to use it on your podcast with your other white co-hosts? Because for a fact, if you had a Black co-host in that room and you were dropping the N-word, bro would have been coming up to you being like, yo, man, you need to shut the hell up. Wait, let me check you real quick. The hell you saying this N-word right in front of me, bruh? You wouldn't even be saying the word. Imagine if it was Dave Chappelle, okay, chilling with him. He wouldn't be dropping the N-word like that. He would say N-word. Or any of these other Black comedians that he has on his show. He wouldn't be saying that ish. He'd be keeping his damn mouth shut. And he'd be saying the N-word. He'd be like, well, it's like, man, this is some crazy stuff. And, when it comes up to the racism that's going on in this country, man, and then using the N-word, he would say N-word. But no, he's around his other white correspondents and he's just verbal diarrhea and thinks that it's okay for him to say that word no matter what. If he's saying, oh, that boy is an N-word, or so I called him an N-word. How is that out of context when you hear what he's talking about? You don't use the word. I'm sorry. I'm getting off my soapbox. We're going to continue. I do have Dory McNulty. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I can't pull it up here, unfortunately, but Pascal, my history teacher, just got fired after 40 years in Chicago for saying the N-word in ass. Why was it an ass? I think you meant class. In class for years in ass. I will send the story. Yes, please email me the story. I would love to hear about that. Okay. But like I said, I don't know why he was saying the N-word in ass. Now that's a whole other story in itself, but I get it. He was saying the N-word in class. You don't say it. You say the N-word. Even I don't like saying the N-word. I mean, come on, man. Oh, it irks my soul. It just makes me feel some type of way. But he's sitting here saying, but I just didn't know at the time. You're a grown-ass man. You a grown ass man. You know better.
Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction.
So that makes it okay for you to sit there and go, well, he said N-word and N-word and N-word and N-word. No, you don't. If you're going to, let's just say this, if you're going to quote a Quentin Tarantino movie or a Richard Pryor piece, you know, R.I.P. to Richard Pryor, one of the best, the GOAT, one of the best to ever do it, okay? You use what I'm saying right now. You produce the word N-word. You don't say the N. You don't say it. Or you change it to the brother or the dude, or you use another word. And I get it that sometimes the N-word is used for that comedic button. I get that. But if you really, really like deep down inside of you want to quote something from Richard Pryor or somebody else, right? Any other comedians or any other movie that you ever seen, use what I just said. N-word. That's it. Done. Period. Just do that. You don't sit here and say, oh, this is justifiable because I was just quoting these other things. No. You don't see people on CNN saying, you know, when they're quoting other from a person, when they're quoting from a script or something like that, when they're reading from a transcribed piece of dialogue, they're not sitting there going, and the hard R said this with the blah, 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 come at me, hard R. They're not doing that. They say, come at me, and there's a slur, and then they continue. Like I said, you a grown-ass man, bruh. Come on, man. What are you, 50? Bruh, you 50. You've been on this planet. You 50. And you tell me you don't know this stuff? You're around other comedians and other people of color. You don't know about this? Come on, stop playing dumb. You have $100 million bag from Spotify, and you don't know this? You lying like a mug. You cap. Straight cap on this. Straight cap. And I hope that he's taking whatever he's learning right here and he brings it to his children. And you teach your children about this so that they learn not to use the damn word. That's it. But you know for a fact he ain't teaching. Those kids are out here saying the hard R like a mug. Come on, man. Oh, it just pisses me off. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue.
Or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody or just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it and it could be a punchline. It could be a term of endearment. It could be lyrics to a rap song. It could be a positive affirmation.
But do you see what you just did there, Joe Rogan? Oh, I need to blow my face up here real quick. Do you see what you did there, Joe Rogan? You see what you did there? You just explained yourself, talked about the N-word without actually using the N-word. Congratulations. Yes. That's how you get it done. That's how you have a conversation about the N-word without actually saying the N-word. Do you see what I'm saying here, Joe Rogan? That's how the job is done. That's how you get your point across without actually saying the hard R. But no, you want to come out here and say this ish. Here it is. It's okay to support Joe. It's fine. I hope he learns his lesson here and says, because to me, is this an apology? I feel like these are excuses. I feel like these are excuses. But you see what he just did there. He's talking about the N-word without actually saying the actual word. And we all get his point, don't we? Okay. My white family, okay? I'm just going to say this because some, I understand. Some don't know about this. How heavily it affects Black people, how heavily it affects other people that are on the receiving end of that word. Regardless, if it's a soft A or a hard R, it still hurts. Regardless if you're just trying to talk about something, it is just nails on a chalkboard. There's a reason why this word exists. There's a reason why this word is still in people's faces. This is why it affects us so deeply. And yes, I would love it to turn into a word that has no ramifications, no negative context, where we don't care about it, where it doesn't hurt us or make us think of hundreds of years of persecution and all the countless injustices that happen every single day we walk out the door, and the prejudices that we deal with every single time we walk out the damn door. But when you have somebody who has a platform as big as his, he is just making the word that much more stronger, that much more powerful. Y'all can disagree or agree with me, and that's totally fine. Because I know that there are diehard Roganites out here that think that he can do no wrong, that he is the second coming of Christ. Everything he says is scripture, and that's fine. That's fine. But you will not come to me and say that word on my platform and get away with it. Period. If you got other people of color that are going on their platforms and they are going N-word and they're doing this and that and the third, be respectful. Be mindful of what's really going on and what that word really means. And I get that you're talking about the word and how like, oh, it's this, and this. I get it, that this is the most hardest word out here, right? He ain't wrong with that. And I get talking about it, waxing philosophy around it, waxing philosophical around it. I get that. Talking about it, I get it. But there's a way of saying it without actually saying it. There's a way of talking about it without actually saying the damn word with the hard R or the soft A. I'm going to show a little bit more of this, I guess, apology right quick. But this ain't working for me. I feel like this is the excuse that I hear from that drunk frat boy at the bar after he's had a few too many. He thinks he's real comfortable with you because you're a nice Black guy. And then suddenly he just starts, oh, what's up, ma? And he's a little bit too drunk because he had a little bit too many Natty Lights and Jaeger bombs. And then suddenly he's going, oh, well, hey, man, I got other Black friends that say it's okay for me to say it, bro. Oh, my bad. I just thought it was okay because we cool. That's what it feels like right now. This triggers me. I'm sorry. This triggers me hard. This is not working for me. Nah.
It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video, to say, there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad.
No doubt. It does look really, really bad. I mean, you know, I can't watch the whole thing, unfortunately, but you already see. He is sitting here saying, I done mucked up. He sees that it's not good. All I can sit here and say, and I've said this before when he was on the on Sunday, when we saw his apology video, when I was like, hey, the only way I feel like he can make things better is if he brings other people, or brings people, like when it came to the misinformation thing, you bring people on with, you know, who know this, that is considered misinformation stuff, and then you bring another guy on that's on to talk about the information, and you have them talk it out live on your show instead of just having one person on. Or say you have a far right commentator on the show, bring a far left commentator on your show as well on the same show. So when it comes to this is maybe a conversation that he needs to be having on his platform, on his podcast, talking about the actual N-word, bringing people who are the movers and shakers, civil rights activists, so on and so forth. Bring them onto your show. Talk about this word. Learn something from them about what that word means to the Black community. That's what you need to do, and that's how you can make things change. Not just come up on a video live and just go, my bad, lo siento. But, you know, I thought it was the dinner. You know, I got 3 Black friends. F that. Bring these people on, right? Bring the people that care, that have something to say to you. Listen to them on your platform. You have 11 million people that listen to you, that think that it's okay to say those kinds of words. Not all 11 million, but I'm just saying there are people out there that listen to it and go, damn right. Hard R all day long. What if they were able to listen to a real conversation from certain people while you are learning live on your show? They're also learning too. Just a thought. Just a thought. But like I said, he could sit there and go on his apology tour on this all day long, but it's not going to work unless he actually is proactive about it. Proactivity is what we need to see. Not just him looking like Lurch, looking like, you know, we can roast him all day long, you know, looking like he's in his dungeon, you know, with mini-me, you know what I mean? $1 million, you know what I mean? Be proactive. Bring people on. Talk about the word without actually saying the word, and show that you're willing to change and willing to learn and grow from this. He ain't going to get canceled from this unless other people like India Ari see this and are moved to do the same. That also we have to point out. India Ari, as far as Black artists, she's the first to sit here and say, I'm chucking up the deuces. I'm kicking mother-loving rocks. I'm out. I'm not doing Spotify because I do not stand with Joe Rogan and his $100 million and him being able to say whatever the hell he wants to say, including the N-word with a hard R. I ain't with it. So who else? The question is, what other artists are going to follow in suit? What other Black artists are going to follow in suit? Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. You know, hold on. I'm going to pull this up. Let me kill this really quick. I got to get going here, but I don't love cancel culture. I love conversations. And I love that this is happening right now because I think this is a big moment, as Joe Rogan said. I think it's a big teachable moment for Joe Rogan. I don't think he should be canceled. I don't think he should be dethroned. I think he should be using his powers and using that platform in the best way possible, period. I am not here for cancel culture. I am not. I'm here for people to learn. I'm here for people to grow. He has a platform. Everyone watches that stuff. He is just emboldening this word. He has a responsibility to 11 million plus people that watch his stuff. Show us that you're willing to change, because you got black people that are watching your stuff too that think he can do no wrong. But then you got these N-word things coming out. It's not good. It's not good. Show that there's change. You can stay the course. Just show that you're willing to listen. But I appreciate you saying that, Lee CM. But I'm not for it. So don't come here with that mess. Anyway, it's time to get going, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being on. You guys are amazing. Even the ones that don't agree with me, it's totally fine. But I ain't going to be sitting there being told that I want the cancel culture, that I love the cancel culture. You go kick rocks with that kind of comment, because I'm not here for it. I want people to change. I want people to grow. I want people to better themselves. This is the reason why we're having this conversation. Anyway, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being on. You guys are amazing. Every single last one of y'all, even the ones that oppose my thoughts. It's okay. That's just what it is. Okay? But anyway, it is time. Okay, fine. That's fine. Have fun doing that. I don't care. I don't care. People mess up. People make mistakes. Doesn't mean that I'm saying they should be canceled. Okay? There's a difference. If I said, hey, cancel his ass, then I get that. But I haven't said that. I say, should he be canceled or no? That's what I think. But anyway, people are here to agree and disagree. This is the platform to do so. So anyway, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being out here, chopping it up with me and talking about all this stuff. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to see the show. I will be on a little bit later on today to celebrate 50,000 subscribers. So please join me. I will be on a little bit later. Okay. And yes, I appreciate all y'all for being on. You guys are amazing. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay. Be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. I got to go, guys. Much love to y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys later on today. We're going to celebrate. I'll see you then. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.